Yes, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and everybody else who is watching this thing, thank you very much for watching the Shake and Bake series here, hosted by Talladega Nights. Small technical microphone issue at launch time, but hey, you can probably hear me right now, so we got it figured out. My name is Blaine Donlan, and I am joined with the one and only Brian Wolf. Good evening, Brian.
Good evening, and good evening, everybody, man. Where to begin? I am just excited to be here tonight. This is going to be, again, where do I begin?
Yeah. See, usually at the start of these events, I'll put the standings up on screen so you can see them in a different fashion at which you're looking at them right now. We don't need the full rundown. All we need to worry about tonight is the 10 drivers that are racing for the Shake and Bake Championship. And as you can see, for the majority of the race, they will be scrolling across the bottom of your screen. Those are the drivers that are kind of, it's hard to explain, but they're having a race within a race.
Yeah, tonight we crown the first annual Shake and Bake Series champion. This is going to be wild. Where to begin? Maybe we should begin towards the end of last week's race, number 9. I don't know.
Really. Pardon me while I burp into my microphone in race number 10. Have a coffee and a muffin. You know, Jeffrey loves the fact that I sit here and eat pastry and not, mute my microphone. But last week's race, if you were watching, was absolutely wild, and the final standings didn't change much. I believe Ken Roberts got penalized for that last accident, which was irrelevant because he was on his way to win, and some stuff happened, and he didn't win. Randy did. Came from about 15th place to win the race, and actually he needed a win to qualify for the championship, for a shot at the championship. And I don't know if couldn't have happened any more spectacularly, if that's a word, but it was definitely fun to watch that.
Oh, definitely. It was nothing short of spectacular. The way, like you said, Randy came from like 14th, 15th spot in one lap, avoided all that carnage. You got a mic hung open, Blaine?
Oh, it's possible.
Okay, sorry about that. But yeah, the way he did that, man, and then the way Bobby Farrell raced him at the end, it was nothing short of spectacular, man. It was crazy finish, and we've had a bunch of finishes like that throughout over this 10 weeks that finished just like that. And some players, some drivers went to the top and some went to the bottom. It went up and down and up and down, and now here we are with a top 10 eligible for 10 races, or I'm sorry, 9 races and 10 different winners. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, if depending which drivers you talk to from race 9, that race was either absolutely amazing or an absolute dumpster fire. But I mean, exciting nonetheless, especially on the broadcast, and for a guy like Randy to come from the back like that, and who knew, in less than 2 miles to go to the stripe, that he locked in his spot to run tonight. What's the total driver count tonight, man? Like, we got almost 30 guys in here.
Yeah, there's a few newcomers tonight. Well, not newcomers to this racing, but there's a couple guys coming over tonight. A lot of these names you'll recognize from the last, few broadcasts we've done. But Bob Seminara, number 712, he comes to us from our Rolling Thunder Gaming over there. He is no stranger to to this track and this setup. Watched this guy over the past few years just win a bunch of races and, handful of championships. And like I said, no stranger. And then there's a couple others also. Joining us tonight for the first time. Larry Wyndham, we welcome him again. He's been here just a couple of weeks.
Randy Califlin.
I'm looking for, number 88, Grant Wesley, also from RTG. Rolling Thunder comes to us tonight.
Yeah, we got Randy I got to say this right, Randy Claflin. There's a couple L's in that last name. Not exactly sure where he came from, but he's in this race, so he definitely knows what he's doing.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah, all these guys are just veterans of this. You know what I mean? So this is, and now that here they are, 10 of them out of all these guys that were just, just racing like crazy over the last 10 weeks, man. That just, sometimes things go your way at Talladega, and a lot of times they don't.
Well, 10 weeks is a long time, and having to put in. Well, here's a question for you. I had to take October off because Halloween is a big deal in our place here. I wasn't able to broadcast for 5 weeks. That allows the minimum race requirement to be met for you. So you raced in those 5 races. You needed to win. You won race number 8. So you're eligible for the championship tonight, but you're choosing not to drive.
That's right. Yeah. I figured, you know what? I miss this. I miss doing this broadcasting so much, man. This has been so much fun. And honestly, as much as I'd love to be in this race tonight, because I would have a chance at it. You know what I mean? Since I got in by winning a race on the minimum 5, I figured I don't really have much more to prove over here. You know what I mean? I have one more shot at another title next week for the All-Stars thing, so we're going to go ahead and race in that one. But this race tonight is going to be so much more fun to call than actually be in the thing. I can guarantee it.
Yeah, well, let's be honest. I mean, Tarnation TV is a 2-man crew. Without you here, it'd be kind of weird.
Yeah, because like I said, these 10, 11 guys or however many it is going for this trophy tonight this is going to be wild. I'm telling you, I'm excited. I can't wait.
Yes, the Talladega Nights sponsors the Shake and Bake series, and it all comes to an end. Season 1 comes to an end tonight, where we crown a champion. We got some people in the chat. They were watching the opening of the broadcast. They were asking what that track was. So if anybody was interested, if you do play NASCAR Racing 2003 season, all the tracks are free. Somebody built these things. That track at the start I use in the loop is Riverside International Speedway, created by Wild Customs and Cars. Unfortunate news last week. I believe it's John Norton that runs Wild Customs and Cars. He had to shut it down. And that guy has been a massive... Whoa, what the hell was that? Text messages. He's been a massive, just a gigantic contributor to the NASCAR 2003 community with all his tracks and stuff. So Norton had to shut it down, and it's too bad. But, I mean, we have tons of tracks from him, and they're all high-caliber tracks. And, yeah, that video you saw at the front, Riverside, is, I think that's an oldie. I believe NASCAR used to race there back in, like, the 80s.
I have no idea.
Yeah, I believe they did, or maybe a couple times or whatever, but it looks really cool on a little bumper video like that. So that is where that track came from. Wild Customs and Cars. Google it if you're a fan of this. If you're a fan of this particular game, NASCAR Racing 2003, you probably already know who Wild Customs and Cars is, because pretty much guaranteed we've all got his tracks on our computer because they are top notch. We're about 15 minutes away from green flag racing. did you want to go grab? Is he even here yet?
Yeah,
looking for
that's
Donnie.
what I was just going to bring up. Yeah, we're looking for Donnie Elliott to show up here at some point tonight. He's the webmaster that does the website that I'm actually looking at right now on my other screen to bring you some of these stats. I was just going to go over. We wanted to interview him for just a minute if he does show up. He said he was going to be here by 9:15 or so, which the clock's ticking. But hang on one second.
Yeah, we still have 15 minutes to green, so...
Okay, I'm not seeing him on the server yet.
No, I don't see him on TeamSpeak. So we can get to that
later or whenever he might show up.
Yeah, hopefully he pops in here in the next 15 minutes because we got 15 minutes till green. I will actually... Are they nearing qualifying time yet?
Yeah, they're right in the middle of qualifying right now. In fact, I need to get in here and retire it.
Yeah, I totally forgot to do that too. A couple of professional broadcasters here just filibustering and jaw-jacking all over the microphones because, we like to talk. We have to get into the cars and actually quit so these guys can get their stuff done.
I see that Jeffrey Elliott has joined us in the booth. Jeffrey, you got something?
Hey now. He's probably reminding us to quit.
Guys, can you hear me?
Yeah, we're live on the air. How are you tonight, Jeff?
Oh, it's 30 deep. I'm excited. It's going to be hopefully a great race. I just want to come down here on behalf of my brother, Donnie. He is actually trying to help my brother, Chris, get his computer working, but he obviously didn't succeed that. So my brother, Chris, obviously couldn't make it either. So just want to come down here and say on his behalf, he's been a wonderful addition to
our Mike Blaine.
He's been a wonderful addition to our league. My brother Donnie Elliott, taking care of the website. I just want to say thank him so much for what he does.
Oh yeah, we were just mentioning that. We were waiting for him to show up. We weren't sure what was going on. We were gonna maybe put that aside for later then.
Yeah, running that website can't be easy to do. So. I mean, a lot of numbers, a lot of stats, a lot of different series. Hey, what we got you, Jeff? Brand new series on Monday, Talladega Nights. Talk about it.
Oh, it's we have 21 cars and probably a few more. They're getting prepared, and more new drivers are signing up. So that's awesome. It's strictly 2003 original game tracks, game setups, the mod. And it's old-fashioned. It's called Back to the Future for a reason, guys. It's old school. And the first race went awesome. We had 2 cautions to people get warmed up. But after that, it was on. It was a lot of fun. Awesome.
Yeah, very fun race. If anybody's interested in racing that series, get a hold of Jeff through Facebook. And definitely come down and play the game the way it was launched in 2003. And, yeah, a lot of fun running that. I like the tracks you chose too, like Atlanta, California, Kansas, stuff like that. The big sweepy mile-and-a-halfers.
Yeah, I figured I'd start with those. They're probably the easiest on a game track. And you were out there, Blaine, so you're pretty quick yourself, young man. You're looking good. So yeah, we'll start with those, and we'll go from there.
That's the stuff. We love it.
All right, man. Well, I appreciate what you guys do here at Tarnation TV. You are the up-and-coming star of broadcasting, and I hope you guys go as far as you can possibly go with this, you and Brian Wolf.
Well, thank you for the support, sir. It is a lot of fun broadcasting these races.
We're about to see a really good one, man. We're about to see a hurricane. I can feel it.
Well, they call it chaos on wheels at 200 miles an hour for nothing, right?
That's right.
Yeah, let's hope for a good one. All right, guys. Well, thanks so much. Appreciate it.
Right on, man.
Go get him, man. We'll talk to you later.
In there. Yeah.
10-4. All right,
good
guys.
Luck.
Good luck.
And away he goes, Jeffrey Elliott, league owner. Apparently, just learning there too, Chris Elliott in the number 9 car won't be able to make it today. I guess we could just chalk that up to a mechanical failure. Can't get the car out of the garage, having computer problems.
Sounds like, yeah, that's kind of a shame. I
that's
know he
too bad.
Enjoys these races, yeah.
We have the camera set to pit camera 1 live here. We're just watching, I guess this would be happy hour, as these guys roll around this track. So this image you are seeing currently is live. The ticker across the bottom are the drivers that are the ones to watch. I mean, with so many cars in this field tonight, Brian, there's only 10 guys racing for this championship. And of course, there's going to be people racing for the podium as well. Maybe some of these guys finish on the podium. Maybe they don't, but like, what would your plan be if you were in this thing? Like, do you want to stay in the back? Do you want to try to get up the front? It's Talladega. You just go and see what happens. Because, like, as we've seen from last week with Randy, who knew from like 14, 15 spot, you can win on the last lap. So maybe there is no strategy.
Yeah, it just depends on where you're most, as a driver, you're most comfortable racing at. I mean, my personal strategy is always what it's been: hang in the back and just try to be there at the end. Beat them in the pits if I can, and if not, you know, make it up on the track, and just try to be there with some help at the end. But I'm just looking at the qualifying results. We got about 2 minutes to go before they start gridding up and getting called to the cars. I'm just looking at the qualifying results, and number 38, Rodney Sollins, did not, unfortunately, meet the 5 race criteria, but always a front runner. Number two, in the second spot, 712, Bob Seminara. I think this is one of her first or second time joining us at Talladega Nights. No stranger to this track, as I said before. Ken Roberts, number 55. How many times have we said this guy's name? Nate Balser, number 079. I have something to say about him a little bit later. Just always in the front. This top 10 is just incredible. Kelly, Buckshot Causey, Grant Wesley, number 88, also from RTG. Greg Lovell, always a front runner. Bob Dixon, and you know, he was a race winner. In ninth, Billy Ellisor, no stranger to this track. And 41, Denny Carroll, top out the top 10.
All names we are definitely familiar with. And a total of 30 drivers as of right now. You know, things can happen, as we've seen with Chris, unfortunately, not being able to make it in. But it's a little bit different. I've raced with a lot of these guys at Rolling Thunder. When you are 30 deep, and if there's just a little bit of a checkup, say in like row 5, and you just lift a little bit, and if you're all running nose to tail with very little space, with 15 cars, it's not too bad. But that, it's like a wave or like a domino effect. By the time it gets to the back row, it tends to cause a lot of problems. So, I mean, do you think they'll be warning these guys maybe not to follow as close as they have in a smaller pack? It's doable, but in a large pack like this, that wave is amplified. Any little brake drag or lifting, but then it's the final race. I mean, guys are probably just going to be going for it, but you do want to be cautious.
I see. I really think we'll see a few different strategies play out. You know, it could come down to fuel, and I'm very anxious about this last lap, because in more than half of these races we've had like last lap catastrophes that really changed things. So I mean, but this is championship night, so I mean, this is the one that counts. So that could change your strategy. You know, certain guys. It depends on who you ask. You know what I mean? So,
yeah,
I mean, I don't know what to expect from this thing anymore. You know, we've tried to predict these races, and it just, you know, it just doesn't work out. You know, so I'm just gonna let this one play out, man. I have my favorites, but I think I'll keep them to myself tonight.
I think it's funny because, like you say too, we try to predict it every single week, and we know how this track runs. And a lot of these guys are really good super speedway racers, especially Talladega, because, like you say, like Rolling Thunder has an evening dedicated to just running this track. They run it every Thursday, and they have, you know, I can't remember how many weeks they run in a season here, but it's the Talladega Challenge, and that's the only track they run, and it's the most popular one because it's absolutely wild, you know. So
we need to retire him, buddy.
Yes, we do. I just heard the call to the drivers to get in there.
Yeah, they are gridding up.
I'm right behind Tom Dixon. Maybe I'll race. I'm right behind Tom Dixon. Nah, maybe I'll retire. All right.
All right, yeah, they are starting to grid up.
Getting this thing set to rock and roll, and here we are live race view here. We're locked on Jeffrey Elliott as usual. Apparently the 20 car. Who's the 20 car?
Start your engines.
CCR Randy C must have uploaded a car late, because I do not have his car. It's an oblong, obscured, weird-looking pink anime thing.
Yeah, that's what happens when you don't have the car downloaded.
My game crashed again. That's 2 weeks in a row.
It's taken one or two of these guys just a minute to get in here. Looks like now they're starting to roll off.
You know what? It might be the core, but I've been connected to it for a while though. They're using the arena to attach to this thing, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Maybe I'll try that. I don't know why it just booted me out. I mean, it was totally fine.
That's all right. I can call them down. They're just on the backstretch coming down around through turn 4, ready to take the green.
Yeah, sometimes I know the way this thing works.
They're kind of getting something sorted out here. I don't know what's exactly happening, but okay, now it looks like they're stacking up.
I love how the whole season there's been like zero issues with how this thing fires up. No, not working.
Rodney Solons is going to lead him down here. Flag is not in the air yet. Pace car is off.
Yeah, I'm blind, buddy, so you're going to have to do all the talking.
And here we go. Rodney Solons brings him down to the green along with Bob Seminara, Nate Balser, and looks like Ken Roberts. I'm too far away to see. Everybody seems to be taking it easy so far, coming through turns 2 and 3. Not even up to full speed yet.
Hopefully me connecting and disconnecting from the server here doesn't mess these guys up, because I know that it doesn't really affect the race too much, but
no, you're okay.
We should be all right to go here. Okay, let's get a real camera.
Rodney decided to drop back. He went way wide and just is dropping back for some reason. I don't know if he got out of shape or if maybe he's having a connection issue. It was looking like he was a little bit shaky, but Greg Lovell's bringing that inside line up the middle now.
Currently focused on the STP mobile of the number 43 Bob Dixon here. Final race of the Shake and Bake Series, race number 10. Bob is one of those guys who's qualified to run for this championship.
Hey, and look who's out front leading them again. Ken Roberts.
Kenny Roberts.
Leading them early. You know, like I said before, how many times have we said this guy's name?
Couple times.
There. I want to give a shout out, actually, right now, if I could, to number 079, Nate Balser. He approached me earlier this afternoon and asked if he could race Cannon's car that he raced. It's the Marvel Comics. It's that bright, colorful one in the 4th spot there. He asked me if he could race it, and I said, yeah, sure. And I just want to give this guy a big shout out because he's been on board with Cannon and I's racing for, and he shares stuff about Cannon on Facebook and stuff. He's a true warrior, and I really appreciate what this guy does, how he jumped on board and supported me, over the last year or so.
Yeah, big supporter, and that car is just full of every superhero you can imagine.
That's really cool of him to do that, man. I just wanted to give him a shout out and kind of shamelessly, get Cannon's name out there again. So we appreciate all that. Looks like they're running the spread out now. Yeah.
Yeah, Grant Wesley in the 88, that's a slick-looking paint job, that NASCAR. These are some of the newer guys. He's definitely not new. I'm not going to call Grant Wesley new.
Right.
Popping into the Shake and Bake Series, first start tonight. And I mean, if you want to be following anybody or want anybody pushing you, it's probably that dude, because he's run about, 4 or 5 laps around Talladega in the last 20 years.
Oh yeah, yeah, he's got
At
quite
least.
a few. Along with that 712 up there, Bob Seminara. I mean, this guy I've seen him win a ton of races over there in that very series that you mentioned from Rolling Thunder, that Tally Challenge that they have on Thursday nights. And you know, over the seasons they've changed mods, and you know but that's about it. And you know, this guy tears this place up. He knows how to get around here. Blaine, your mic is hanging open, I think, or something.
Yeah, I think so. I believe you're probably the only one that can hear it, because I can see it, and my computer's running hot too. I got a lot of monitors running right now in this little room. But yeah, driver count, the back of the field getting a little bit spread out there. Everybody's kind of taking it easy. Nobody's really pushing the issue. Same as always, every week we're looking at about lap number 18 or so for a fuel window. Tires won't really be a factor, but they do come into play, because we've got one car hard into the inside. That probably will not be a yellow flag, because that happened right off the racing surface. Who was that back there, Brian?
I have no idea. I was watching. I was just starting to look through the point standings here to see, and I'm not seeing who. They must have got back in line. Oh
no, we went hard into the inside wall on the back straightaway there. Got hooked.
Okay, it would help if I was watching live too. So.
Oh yes. You're back in time. That's Monday. Back to the future. You got to get back to the future, or back to the present. Back to the present is probably not as good as back to the
Pumpkin number 27 just got out of shape there and smacked the inside wall.
I was going to say it looked like a 27 going around. I couldn't really see it. We're still focused on the top 10 here, so.
Yeah, he must have been a late entry too, because I'm not seeing a paint job for him, but that rear end is tore off of that car.
Oh no. 6 to 7 laps in, Pumpkin around and damage to the rear of that car. Got the spectator angle here, and everybody's pretty much in single file.
Yeah, lap number 7 of 47. We'll see pit stops coming up in about 9-10 laps, I'm guessing.
Yep. And I apologize to the viewers again, because of the initial game crash. The ticker information on your screen right now says lap number 8 of -1. I can fix that, and I kind of don't want to try to, just in case the game crashes again. So we'll just
that's
leave
fine.
it.
We can call the laps, yeah.
Yeah, I set it up on I set up a quick fix. The problem with that is I have to kind of close the game down, and sometimes the game likes to crash if they call it minimizing. If you're not familiar with how computers work, if I minimize the game, it should be all right. But that's not a guarantee. So.
All right, so I mean, while we're kind of going through that, what I can do is go down through these points and who's eligible for this thing. Now, I'll give you the race winners first. And Gary Heiser in the number 3 car, currently running in the 11th position. Yeah, position. Jeffrey Elliott, league owner, no wins, but first with the 5, within the 5 points, is running. Let's see,
29th.
29th.
Yep, 29th. Jeffrey Elliott.
Robert Breedlove.
Let's see where Breedlove is hiding. There's so many drivers in here today. It takes me a second to find them. The 931 car of Breedlove, currently in 17th position.
Very good. All right, I want to make sure that all these guys, number 27, or I'm sorry, next in line, I guess, would be Bob Dixon, and I can see he's up there around 6th, 7th position.
He is currently running in the 6th position in the 43 car. You just call out the numbers, buddy. I'll tell you what position they're in. By the way, these drivers are eligible to win the championship tonight.
Yeah, that's kind of where we're going with this. Greg Lovell in the 088. He's currently up here at the front.
Currently running in 8th position. The 088 car.
Next would be Denny Carroll, and also Dan Lovell.
Yep. Denny Carroll in the 41 car, currently running 7th. And then you said Dan Lovell? And the 388, he's in 12th currently.
Okay. Bobby Farrell has a good shot at this thing.
Currently
running in the 11th position.
Yeah.
So
Currently focused
they're all
on
getting strung out. Yeah,
Bobby.
they're all getting strung out here. I think they're just kind of pedaling towards that first pit stop, see how that goes. And these guys up front are really, really working together and just protecting that straight line.
The 41 of Carroll
I see
pushed
some 3 wide back here.
Yep, really tight to the high side there. Somebody's got to lift, and the 088 of Lovell definitely lifted and let him back in because they were going to run out of space real quick. They were creeping up on the 510 of Brandstetter there, and I'm not sure if in Brandstetter's mirror if you could have seen what was kind of happening up there with very little real estate. So good call by Lovell to back off and let Carroll back in there. Keep this thing moving forward.
Absolutely. And the 27 looked like he spent a good bit of time on pit road, and he was just coming off there when they come around. So now they're pretty much in a straight line until about the 8th, 9th position back, and they're just kind of waiting for that first pit stop, I believe.
Yeah, sometimes it's a good thing. Let with a few new additions to the field, kind of see how people want to run, where they want to run. We're going back into the 16th spot here, focused on Sullins currently. Elliser, Palmer, a little bit of a clump, a little bit of racing going on back here, so we backed her up a bit. Carroll down to the inside. Needs some help. Lovell's going to follow him.
Blaine, I'm going to give you the mics for just a minute. I'll be back in about 2 minutes.
No problem. I got lots of mics. I'd like to thank everybody for watching Tarnation TV's broadcast of the Shake and Bake series here at Talladega Nights Racing League. Check that out. I made an advertisement. Subscribe to the Tarnation TV on YouTube and follow us on Facebook for more updates. Do you have NASCAR Racing 2003 season? Do you have a league? Well, we offer very affordable pricing. If you require our broadcasting services, reach out to Brian or myself on Facebook. Me. All these guys are trying to form a low line. That low line may be part of a pit strategy. There probably will not be a whole lot of, like Brian was saying here, in the first sequence to the first pit stop, everybody's just going to kind of get comfortable with each other and see what's going on. Now we're coming up to lap number 15 of 47. Pit stops will start happening in the next few laps. You can see most of the field now is going to start claiming that bottom lane. Fuel mileage will vary. Sometimes you will see about 3 different groups of cars go down. Like group 1 will go in first, and then you could go around another lap, and then group 2 might go down, and then you could get around another time with group 3. I've been in that third group. Maybe not being able to safely pit and just having to stay out, being in the wrong spot, not being able to get down there. And let me tell you, when you're coming around for that third time around, you're running on fumes, and depending on your drafting situation, that definitely it's definitely makes you pretty nervous, because you can run out of gas, and that's not fun. And if you got a buddy that can push you, that'd be cool, but I wouldn't plan on that in a race this big.
I'm back with you, Blaine. Sorry about that.
No problem, buddy. I was just explaining there that everybody seems to be claiming that low line.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm watching them come up now. We're in, lap 16 of 47, so... And Ken Roberts still leading them down with Buckshot and those from RTG behind him. Look at this.
Yep.
And I think these guys, some of the guys that we've seen here, like Ken Roberts, we see him here a lot, Buckshot's here a lot. These guys also run over at RTG, with these. So these guys are more than used to running together.
Yeah, they're very familiar with each other. A lot of these guys popping in and out of every league. And Talladega Nights kind of operates like that. It kind of does operate sort of like an all-star team where you're gathering guys from different leagues to just come out and have some fun. And then the Shake and Bake series sort of was like, hey, let's keep track of points, because they were just running sprint races and main events. replacing the practice session with 10-lap little sprint races, which are a whole pile of fun. And a great idea to replace that practice session with little sprints and then have a main event. And it brought a lot of people over. And definitely a lot of fun. The Talladega Nights League, Jeffrey and Chris and Bob, and Donnie, they got a good group of guys here. And as you can see, word of mouth basically plugged this track solid with drivers.
Yeah, this has been a whole lot of fun. This race tonight especially, I believe this is going to get really good here.
It's been fantastic. Green flag since the start. They're all lining up down there now on that yellow line near the bottom of the track, getting ready to come down pit lane. Currently on lap number 18, so we could see it. Let's get back up here to the front and see what these lead pack wants to do and how many people are going to go with them.
Well, I think some of the guys that aren't eligible for the trophy tonight are just, maybe being a little extra cautious around the guys that are. But those 10, and, every single driver in here knows that, they just, you need to be there at the end. You got to be there at the end. So, I think they're taking these first pit stops, kind of cautiously. And so far, we're seeing a really clean race so far.
Yeah, it looks like Bob, Dixon, and I couldn't see the other 2 or 3 cars that followed him, but there was definitely not a big pack that went down. But if there was 3 going down there, those 3 can hook up and get back up to top speed. So at least Bob didn't go by himself. We are definitely going to see some more of these drivers coming down to the pits right now.
Yeah, Bob Dixon's already down and away, and here comes, I
There's
knew
a big
Tom
pack
would go with
coming
them.
now.
And
well, there you go. How's that for talent?
Larry Windham.
2, 4, 6, 8. There's about 15 cars just came down there. Didn't even see any tire smoke, man. These guys. You spoil us rotten Talladega Night Shake and Bake, guys.
It looks like they're all getting in and out all right, too.
Yep. We're watching pit lane 1 camera right now. Oh, little bit of contact there into Ken Roberts' rig. A Seminar, I believe, is the...
Yeah, the second place car there.
Yeah.
Rodney Solins.
Qualifying number first. Rodney gets that first pit box. And it's a squeeze coming out of there.
Let me look back further in the field, see who's coming down. Randy Wall looked like he had trouble coming off that second group coming down pit road now. I don't know what happened to Pack or Alex Moe. He had an issue earlier. He was in the 27th position. I don't know if he's maybe a lap down. He's just now coming off pit road.
Big pack here coming off in the pits and out of the pits all together. Let's see, there's about 5, 6, 7. There's a dozen cars easy. All getting back up to speed. All staying in line. All getting good draft here. We can see from the helicopter view. Looks like Farrell is now peeling off to the pits there in the 7 car. As the lead pack here. Drives off into the sunset. Here's some...
He must have...
Yep.
I'm sorry. He must have... Bobby Farrell must have got a speeding penalty or something because... He had already pitted with the leaders.
Here comes the freight train, ladies and gentlemen. We got the helicopter view of this lead pack just blasting by everybody. That is the difference right there between 3 cars in a line and what's that? 6, 9 cars in a line. Yeah. No problem catching those guys. No problem driving by those guys. Another car just peeled off down the pit lane there for service. Lap number... We're coming up to the stripe here. Will be lap number 22 of 47. Again, if you like what you see, Tarnation TV, it's on YouTube. That's where we stream it. You should definitely subscribe to the channel. Brian Wolf and I probably going to be doing this as much as we can, actually. It's a lot of fun.
Oh, it's been a blast, especially this series here. And lo and behold, the guy you mentioned earlier from Rolling Thunder, again, Grant Wesley, no stranger, takes the lead over from after that round of pit stops. Ken Roberts right there, still with Buckshot, and look at that number 22 coming up through there. Greg Palmer is a winner in this series. He's got a shot at that trophy.
Well,
Gary Heiser's there. Nate Balser's there.
Yeah, and Greg Palmer in the 22, he was kind of sitting mid-pack, if I remember. But he is such a monster on the pits. I've seen this guy go into the pits doing like 75 mile an hour. He's like 30 mile an hour over the pit speed. But if you are on the anchor, and he just knows how to hit that thing, and a perfect pit stop, he can gain a lot of spots by really pushing that speed limit. It's a 55 mile per hour speed limit, but if you're actively slowing down, they do get pretty lenient, and you can use that to your advantage.
Yeah, it can either be your best friend, or sometimes sometimes it'll catch you off guard, and you feel like you shot yourself in the foot a lot of times. But I mean, whatever you can do to at least keep up. That's my philosophy. You know what I mean? You got to be in and out of there. No waiting, especially under green flag conditions.
Green flag is where you win it. I mean, everybody goes down there under yellow, and you're all going. You're already going the speed limit, and you're going to come out probably where you went in. Now, getting a full tank of gas takes a while, but if you opt 2 tires, that does speed you up a little bit. Not a lot, but under green flag racing, a little bit is a lot. Even if it's a half second, it could gain you a couple car lengths. That's part of the strategy too. Like, what's your tire strategy on Talladega?
And again, it depends on, for me, how the cautions fall, if they do. If we're given the scenario that the whole race would be green, I change. With 2 pit stops, I change left sides, then right sides, and then if I need a third stop, I don't change them at all.
Right. Oh, I see. So you set yourself up so that last stop is just like a splash and go fuel stop.
Splash and go. Yeah.
Yeah.
Gas and go, and I try to keep it where they recommend it. But I was just thinking about this, Blaine. These cars that are up front, we have a really good group running up front, and we're just over halfway here already, and we've been green the whole time. So it would really be different to see a green flag, a green race.
And the only car. Let's see, the cars.
We get down to under 5 to go.
Yeah, exactly. In that top pack right there. Who's eligible? Wow. Let's start that sentence again. Who's eligible to win the championship? I think the 22 of Palmer.
Oh, he definitely is. Yeah, he's a race winner. He won the first race.
Yeah. Yeah, Greg Palmer.
Ken Roberts just fell short of having the points collection. He's got 7 starts coming in tonight. But he just fell short. Just had some bad luck, this poor guy, I'm telling you. And he's always running in the front. In fact, he's lost races in this series a couple of times now on the last lap. Just watching from last week, it's unfortunate, and I hate to keep bringing it up, but that's, he led a good portion of that race last week, and just unfortunately on the last lap, just, sometimes we get excited,
Yeah, he threw a little bit of just a fraction of a second too late of a block and turned himself there. And we got Cosby at a line. He's able to hold it. If he's got a buddy back there, he might get a bump.
Gary Heiser's going to take advantage of that.
Yep.
Maybe
he's able to catch the draft.
Bottom line with now Roberts. I'm seeing Grant Wesley kind of fell to the wayside back there. Maybe he's just giving room because, for these guys that have a shot at it. But
it's possible. They did get underneath him and start that second line, and they kind of railroaded him a little bit. But
yeah, he's right back there with him with Greg Lovell. Those guys are no strangers either. These guys all know each other from racing, different leagues like Rolling Thunder and that, and they're the best at it, especially this track and this setup and this mod in particular.
Yeah, I'm just checking Kelly's speed right now. He's down the back straight. He's running a 198, so he still is in the draft. He was able to hang on to that, the draft coming off the 931 there and stay with that pack. It helps, too, that they're 2x2. That tends to cause a little check up every once in a while. That can definitely play to your advantage.
Yeah, these four up front, you know, like I said, and again, they've all worked together before. Got levels trying to find each other, I think now, because you got Dan level back, or yeah, I'm sorry, Dan level 388 and Greg level in that Texaco machine, the 088. Looks like they might be trying to find each other again.
Solon's out there starting line 2 down the bottom. A little bit racy. Nothing. They're not racing too hard right now. That's Talladega. It's probably going to change.
At 079, I keep an eye on him too. He's been in the front top 5 all night long.
What's happening in the second pack there? We lost a few cars, I think, through the pit cycle. Is there any?
I think a couple of them got some penalties. Bob Dixon's leading a third pack back there, 17th position with Billy Ellisor. They know each other, and Jeffrey Elliott, of course. Back behind them is another little 4-car group, Tom Dixon, and then the 510 of Brandstetter. And CCR Randy and who's in the 19? Bill Evans in the number 19 Pro Bass Shops.
Yeah, so these guys either, I believe, because Bob Pitt a little bit out of sequence, I think. He did have a couple guys with him. The fact that there is, you know, clumps of 3 and 4 cars way in the back is good. Because at least, you know, you're going to have some help with a little bit of draft type stuff.
Right.
We do have lucky dogs in place, which means if you happen to go a lap down and a yellow flag does come out, you can get your lap back. I believe they award 2 lucky dogs here, so if you're one of the first 2 cars a lap down, you will get back on the lead lap, but that's only obviously in the case of a yellow, which we have not experienced yet, and we have about 16 laps to go here.
Yeah,
sorry,
31 to 47.
15 now.
Yeah,
we're 32, 47.
Yeah, we're coming down to pit stops again, I believe. I was just looking back here for just a second, and I found Randy Waugh, last week's winner. And he's currently in the 24th position. I'm not quite sure. He must have been held up on pit road or something. We'll have to sort through that later maybe. But I was really happy for him last week when he won.
Bynum is... Yeah, I don't know what happened. I was just following Randy, and Bynum checked way up. He was following Bynum. Maybe a mechanical failure on maybe the controller side of things. Last week's winner, Randy Waugh in the 21 right here now is currently running by himself, all by his lonesome back there.
Gary Heiser and Robert Breedlover on pit road, along with Pat McCarsky, just peeled off, and now here come those second packs around them. So we'll see how they come out.
Yeah, we were looking. I was thinking more closer to lap number 40, maybe. For another pit cycle, maybe maybe not 40, but more of a 35 to 40 kind of range. But it's lap 32 currently, coming up to lap 33.
I'm going to stay with the leader, with Ken Roberts and these guys, Nate Balser and Seminara behind him. See kind of what they do, because at this point they can pit any time now and make it the rest of the way.
Right. I'm thinking if you're pitting now, you'll be all right. Anybody who pits now on fuel can make it the rest of the way. Tires won't be a problem. They'll probably take right sides only and be able to get to the end of the race. But it's pitting with the right pack, so we will definitely stay following now, especially we will follow the lead pack here, because this is going to be another green flag pit stop. The last one was amazing. Had about a dozen or more cars go down there with no issues.
Yeah, I believe this front leader pack would go all together. When they do go, I think, yeah.
This is probably about the same pack that went together last time.
Yeah, you don't want to be by yourself against this group here.
No. currently focused on Dan Level because he's basically running at the middle of that pack, so we can see everybody here on screen. These guys are nearing pit stop number 2 to stuff as much fuel as they can in those fuel tanks. Some of them may be illegal.
This has been a really good race. I'm kind of surprised, actually, pleasantly surprised that that it's gone green this long. I'm really surprised at the fact that, you know, I mean, this is for a trophy. This is for a title. So, and, you know, there's 10 guys eligible. I really thought that they would be, you know, throwing a few more elbows than they have been.
Yeah, especially with as many cars as we have, you know. There's more cars and more things can happen, and everybody's really given space. And we've seen a couple, which could have been close calls, you know, guys check up, let them back in line. They're just all kind of being really, really easy in the first part of this race anyway. I mean, when it comes down to the end, who knows?
I think when we see this come down to the end, the last, you know, when we get down to, you know, 5, 4, 3, or whatever like that, I think is when you're going to really, you know, see some fighting going on here, because right now they're kind of taking it easy on each other. I know Grant Wesley's making a move towards the inside underneath.
You want to go inside the cockpit of Wesley? It's going to get loud, ladies and gentlemen. Let's ride on board right now with Grant Wesley, basically looking at the bumper of Nate Balser. This is what it looks like when you're doing 200 miles an hour. He's doing 196 miles an hour currently. Staring at the rear spoiler. Surrounded by cars and top speed.
Yeah, that's pretty neat, because, you know, that if you drive it in car, that's exactly what it looks like.
And if you drive with the roof camera, this is what it looks like. I particularly drive on the roof. Some guys choose
that's how I do it too.
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is what we see when we're actually driving the thing. I can't say this enough. These races are not easy to win at all.
In this view, there is a, you know, when you are driving the actual car, there is a review mirror above at the top of the screen. Obviously, we don't see that in live mode. That's why cockpit view is way more fun, because we can actually see the review mirror. Review mirror. We've got to be coming up to pit stops. I mean, it'd be cool if they pit. There we go.
Here they come now. Yeah.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. There's Grant Wesley, the one we were talking about, is around and through the grass. Looked like John Godfrey back there possibly was around. Tom Dixon is in and out very quickly.
And there's a high probability that that will not bring out a yellow flag, because it happened in the pit entrance, which is technically not the racing line, so the game doesn't see that as a hindrance to other drivers.
Rodney Solon's in on the pole position.
No, Grant Wesley keeps the gas pedal to the floor when he's getting service.
Now here come the Lovels, that second group behind them. They chose to go around one more time. They're just coming in now, and they've all gotten in very clean.
Pit Road 1 is the camera we're currently following.
And I'm watching Roberts and them come out. Nate Balser's right there with him again. Bob Seminara looks like he's going to pick up the front spot.
Remind the viewers, there is a total of 47 laps today. The ticker is providing you the wrong information because it had a slight issue with the game at the start of the race.
I'm looking at the 09 of Larry Windham. He must be a lap down, so he was kind of a little bit of a pick there for the leaders. Now here come, it's showing Doug Hulick in third, Brian Lovell in second, and Greg Lovell in first. But here comes that group that pitted before them. Oh yeah, they're flying on the outside.
Yep. Nose to tail.
Oh yeah,
Ooh,
look at them. They're just
we're
snaking down through them.
The exact word I would use. Snaking. It's actually in the dictionary.
That was
snaking.
really
That's
neat.
the definition of snaking. And look at that.
Yeah, there's
work,
a highlight
though,
for
man.
you right there.
That was a good one. And all four of them went with each other. That's how that worked so good, too, because you keep that momentum up because you get that draft.
Yeah, but now look here, 6 laps to go, and they are getting lined up to get ready for something to happen here. There is no way Ken Roberts is giving this race up. Nate Balser, too. Nate Balser could get the trophy.
Yeah, Nate is eligible, and he is currently running in third position, the 079.
Kelly Causey didn't make the criteria for the amount of races, so the next one back would be Greg Lovell, currently in the 5th position. So look for these guys to do something here.
Now, the 043...
And they have caught up to each other, too. Look at this. Now they're grouping back up again. This is going to get fairly wild.
Yes. The only real incidents we've had today was, I think it was Pumpkin that got a little bit hooked there and went down into the infield off the racing line, no yellow, and a little bit of an incident there, which could, we were riding on board with Wesley when that happened. Definitely cost him some positions. Although Wesley not eligible to win the championship, definitely had a shot at winning the race. 47
Wow,
laps in total.
Gosh, I hate to do this, Blaine. I got to shut my mic off for a minute. I'm having a physical equipment issue here. I'll be right back.
Roger, roger. So the race within the race, we have the pace car. No, we don't. Where? Oh no, I just lost everybody. Ah, gosh. This pace car just messed up my flow, yo. If I could get back on the 079, that'd be nice. There we go. So we have the 712 of Bob Seminara leading this pack. Going for the race win. Roberts also going for the race win. And Nate, the race within the race, going for the championship win. He does not need to finish first to win the championship, because he is the first driver eligible for the championship. Like we were saying before, the 088 of Lovell, which you can also see on your screen there, driving the Texaco car. He is also eligible to win the championship. The only way to do that will be to get in front of the 079. We've only got a couple laps left to do it. At the line is lap number 45.
All right, Blaine, I'm back with you and back on the leader. Sorry about that.
No problem. Just explaining there. Champion Seminara racing for the race win, and Nate racing for the championship win. The only one that's close is Lovell in the 088 and Lovell in the 388.
Yeah, if they could find each other, it looks like maybe they're looking to
They're
the outside
trying.
now. Whoa. Doug Hewlick, we don't mention his name enough. He's back in this mix.
All three Lovells are trying to form a line up top, possibly. 088, 043, and 388.
It looks like the 088 and the car behind him, I don't quite know who that is. It
043.
looks like there's, the 088's having a connection issue.
See, on my screen, the 088's fine. It's the 043 that might be having the connection issue for me.
Just through the corners, and yeah, it might. The 043 and the 088 are a little shaky on my screen, but focusing on the leaders, and Nate Balser could win a trophy here, man. This is going to get good. Bob Seminara, his first time out.
Yeah, I mean, Nate could get a podium finish and the championship win. That'd be gnarly.
I pretty much figured that's what it was going to take for somebody to win the championship. You got to be top 3. You don't necessarily have to win the race, but if you finish ahead of the other 9 or 10 or whatever it is,
that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep. Oh, here we go. Low line
Nate,
starting.
Nate would be smart to stay right where he's at. 712 may be giving it up and letting him race it out for this cup.
Yeah, he's not going to press the issue. They had a run on him. But, you know, you got to kind of let him go. He's not going to throw a block. I mean, he's not going to hinder any progress here. Nate Balser to the second position at the stripe. This will be the white flag.
White flag, yes. 1 lap to go.
So if a yellow flag unfortunately does come out, it doesn't matter. They got to race back to the line to end this thing. So I'm kind of holding my breath and talking at the same time.
Each other as hard as they can on the outside. Here they come.
They need to do it now.
If any help at all, he'll help that bottom line. And Rodney Sollins will go with his partners on the bottom as well.
Yep.
And Doug Hewlick makes a huge move from the outside in.
Danny Carroll saw that coming, and he moved down to the apron. Smart move by Danny.
Look at him 3 wide
smoking
there.
in front. What's going on up there?
Somebody was spinning in front. But this is going to end the race right here.
3 wide.
If Roberts and Balser can hang on, this is going to be a great finish.
4 wide going into the tri-oval.
Oh, and there's level to the outside. Smack the wall hard.
Look at that.
And it is Ken Roberts.
Fantastic race. Green flag from start to finish. Ken Roberts, the race winner. Nate Balser, the championship, goes to Nate. I do not believe there is any question about results being official or unofficial.
There should not be, no, but what a finish. I'll tell you what, for that thing to go green the entire time was just incredible, man. Hats off to all these drivers.
Yep. Oh, Sullins is going to turn Roberts for winning. He's still holding the checkered flag. He didn't even drop it.
There you go. Now give him the flag. There you go.
Yeah. There's your race winner, Ken Roberts. And where is the championship winner of Mr. Balser? Let's find. I got a screen for that. Give me a second.
All right, so let me go back. Okay, this unofficial standings that I have here are Ken Roberts wins the race. He was ineligible out of the points to win the championship. However, Nate Balser, 079, if he is eligible for the Cup, he wins the championship. But what an effort he's done all season long. Actually, with how many starts did he have coming in tonight? He had 8 starts coming into tonight, so he'd only missed one of these races.
You know what, Brian? I don't know. Is Nate... We couldn't confirm that, could we?
We could not confirm that at the beginning of the race. I don't know. We may have. Next in line.
Man. We had one job, Brian. We had one job. I'm going to go double check that right now. I think we messed that up.
Yes, please. Okay, Kelly Causey. Yeah, I'm going to feel like Steve Harvey here in a second.
Oh man, that is. Oh yeah.
Kelly Causey, the 00, finished 3rd in the race. Well, there's no denying that Nate did finish 2nd in the race.
That is true.
We do know.
We have to find. I think it might have been Lovell.
So the championship may go to Greg Lovell.
Yes,
we can't
I believe
confirm
it
that
was
yet.
Greg. Wow, we are brutal. Okay, I have got my replay saved.
We will get it right by the end of this. By the end of this broadcast, hopefully.
Jeez. The professionals. The best part is the names are rolling across the bottom of the screen, so the broadcast is probably losing their mind because I can't pay attention to I got 9 screens here, so I can't pay attention to the actual chat box.
Hold on just a second. I'm gonna jump on the golf cart and go over here and see what's what.
And go check to see that. I'm gonna rerun this. Because we are definitely, I think we just dropped a major ball. I believe Nate needed to win to qualify. He's been here pretty much every week. And yeah, it's Greg. Sorry, Greg. We totally, wow. I don't know why we thought Nate was, why did we believe that Nate was up for the championship? So we are going to fix this. We will get the proper picture, the proper results of your championship winner in the Shake and Bake series here at Talladega Nights, the 088. of Greg Level. Wow. We had one job here at Talladega Nights. He's talking about how we are the greatest and best broadcasters to ever grace the face of the earth, and completely dropped the ball and had the wrong car on screen. So a great win for Nate. I mean, he got second place. I need to check the official standings, but Brian is confirming it with league administration. I just checked my replay, and I also just checked my... All right, let's go into instant replay mode here. So there's actually something for the viewers to watch. Tarnation TV, the greatest and best broadcasters that ever lived, and have no idea what they're talking about because apparently Greg Level in the 088, right? Brian?
I don't know. It hasn't been confirmed yet. They're still going over it, I guess.
See, from my calculations, Nate did not qualify.
Okay, yeah, from the standings that I'm looking at on the website, it would be he would have fell just short because it would have been
because I remember
Jeffrey
Nate
Elliott, Robert Breedlove, Bob Dixon, Bobby Farrell, or Steven Brandstetter all met the criteria of the top being in the top 5 coming into tonight. Nate Balser would have been 6th.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, see, because Nate's been here every week, and it was close. It was kind of, I think we were talking about him last week, too, with him and Randy needing to get a win to get in, and it ended up being Randy. And I've got my list of contenders, and Nate is not on it. Fantastic second place position for Nate, but your first championship driver at the line. If we rewind this right here, this replay.
Did you actually save that the replay there?
Yes, I'm looking at the saved replay right now.
Not.
Yeah, no, I made that mistake too. That was a rookie mistake by me a while back.
Now I'm messing TeamSpeak all up. I'm moving the rooms all. I'm trying to move these guys around, and hang on just a second.
Thank you for watching Tarnation TV. If you wanted to hire us, you probably don't want to now because we can't count. We can't read and we can't count. It was such a fantastic race. And Greg Level is the winner. He's the champion. I'm saying it. And you know what? If I'm going to be wrong, he might as well be wrong twice. 55 is not eligible. The 079 is not eligible. The 00 of Kelly Cossey is also not eligible because I believe Kelly didn't qualify with enough races. The 088. I really want to put the championship screen back up again because it looks really cool with the fireworks and spectacular colors. However, Brian's just double checking. It's weird too because we're watching the replays and these guys aren't doing burnouts.
All right, Blaine, I'm going to bring up Nate Balser, second place finisher. Looks like Buckshot had to step away for a second, so we're going to bring Nate into the booth. 1 second.
Perfect.
And here we have Nate Balser, number 079, second place finisher. Looked like Buckshot, Kelly Causey came in third, but he's away at the moment, so we're going to talk to Nate. Nate, fantastic job. You ran in the top 5 all night long, green flag from start to finish.
Thanks a lot. Appreciate it. I just wanted to get my pits right and make sure I stayed out of trouble and just work with a few guys. and really help the guys that were in the championship. And I think at the end, 1 or 2 laps to go, you're going to think, okay, second instead of 30th. So we just stayed where we were.
Well, I got to tell you, I was rooting for you because, we kind of made a mistake during the broadcast when you watch it. Excuse me.
Yeah, we thought, I don't know, we thought you were actually eligible for the championship. And then we're like, after the race was done, we're like, Nate wins the championship. And I'm like, wait a second, does he really win the championship? So we checked our notes and turned out it was Greg.
Yeah, 10-4. I barely made the list for that, so I wasn't in that. But, at the end, I through the whole race, I just kind of worked with some of the guys who were, and it turned out to be, the next guy in front of me who was in line for the championship. And then at the end, you go, hey, well, second or 30th, what do I do here? So,
right.
Yeah.
What a fantastic finish, though, man. And I did mention you during the race, man, because I want to give you a shout out again for driving that Marvel car that you drove for Canon back in July. That's really cool, man. You've been an advocate of Canons for quite a while now, on Facebook, social media, and here in this format, man. And I just want to say how much I appreciate that. And Canon's family appreciates that. And what a nice gesture tonight to run that car, man. That was really meant a lot to me personally. And thank you so much for that. And great performance again, man. I was rooting for you.
I appreciate that. It's an honor to drive that car for a good cause. I'm just more than happy to do it. And I appreciate all you guys and what you do. And anytime I can run that car, I'll be happy to do it. Good to keep the memory going and justice. And thanks a lot. You guys are great. And thanks for having me. It was a lot of fun.
Really cool, man. And I'm sure we'll be talking to you again. Blaine, you got anything?
I was just going to say, man, fantastic race. Calling that thing was a riot. The final race of the season, going green from start to finish, was awesome. And the green flag pit stops were just perfect. And you got second place, so congratulations.
Thanks a lot, Blaine. Thanks for what you do as well. Thanks for having me, man.
Thank you, sir.
Okay, Nate, I'm going to put you back, and we'll talk to you later, man. Good job.
10-4. Thank you.
So there goes Nate, the guy who didn't win the championship, because here at Tarnation TV, we're too busy drinking coffee. That's probably got some different stuff in it to know what we're talking about. But it was a fun race to call, and Nate is awesome bringing that car to second position there. Did you find Kelly?
He's always fun to watch. It looks like he's still away.
So
we're going to bring up Ken Roberts, race winner.
Race winner, Ken Roberts.
There's Ken Roberts, number 055, always in the front, and finally won one of these things, man. You fell just short of winning that trophy, but I'll tell you what, great job of staying up front all night long.
Congratulations.
Hey, thanks, guys.
Yeah, that was a great win. I've been waiting for this one.
Yeah, it was a fun race. No cautions. Got in and out of the pits good. It's just, pretty good race.
Absolutely, man. Absolutely. I was going to tell you, you and I were working together in those sprint races earlier tonight, having some fun with that too, man. And it was kind of storybook watching you win tonight. It was pretty cool because I'll tell you what, in a few of these things, you really should be eligible to win that trophy because you've lost these things on the last lap crashes, 3 or 4 times now. And it's just, I've hated it for, but great job tonight, man. It all paid off in the end.
Yeah, that last one week or so ago, that was my fault. I seen him coming, and you got to make a decision quick, and I let him get too close, and I cut down across his nose, and that one was all me. But yeah, it's fun. It's fun racing with these guys. There's some fast cats in there tonight, that's for sure. The scene with Grant and Bob Seminara, guys I raced with on Thursday night, came in. I thought, oh man. But of course, the Lavelle boys, they're hard to beat. I mean, they are. I mean, they race good together. Congrats to Greg on winning the championship. I mean, he's a good racer, good tough racer. They all are, really.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he won 2 of the races. You know, you got to win one to, to be eligible for it. And he actually won 2 of them. So yeah, he's always near the front. Him and his cousins, brothers and all that, they work really well together, but you guys have worked well together too. You and Buckshot and, and those, like you said, we even mentioned that you guys have run together over at RTG, and look how it pays off. I mean, you guys really work good together, and a lot of times it pays off, and sometimes it doesn't, but it sure did tonight, man. Great job.
Yeah, we there at the beginning, Rodney was blinking a little bit, and he bailed out, didn't want to cause any problems, so that allowed me and Kelly to get up front, and so we led the first, till we got to the first pit stop. And it's very comforting when Kelly's behind you, because he's a great pusher. He's a great teammate. But yeah, we was all running there together, and got with Nate. And after the last round of pit stops, got with Nate, and Kelly was there all together. And I said, we're gonna have to, you're not going to sneak up on Bob Seminara. So we had to take a chance early than I'd like to, and I was hoping we'd hold him off and hold off. The bells were back there too, so we kind of took a chance, and I figured the 3 of us together, maybe we could pull it off. And then there was caution. I seen smoke and cars sliding around. I said, "Oh, please God, stay out of the way."
Oh man, yeah. After
That's
those
all you
last
need to
couple
see.
finishes you had, yeah. Yeah, but I'll tell you what, that you guys sure do make it fun to watch. I'll tell you what, that's fun. That's a fun race to call when it goes green like that. But I tell you, I get kind of lost because the cars get spread out into 2, 3, sometimes 4 little groups. And it's hard to keep track of who's where and who needs to pit when and stuff. You can't keep the cameras on everybody at the same time, so it's that makes it difficult. But what a great race! Nice to see one of these things, especially the last one, championship race, go caution free. That was pretty neat.
Yeah, I mean, if the sprints were any indication, this thing was going to be ugly and long, but it went good. And I mean, I think when you get guys qualified too, I think guys tend to settle down a little bit more, and they know it's a bigger, longer race. They tend to settle, and just burn laps off, and they let the pit stops kind of dictate how the race goes. And, this is probably the first time in a long time that I've had 2 good pit stops in a row. So I don't know what happened there. God was looking after me on that one. But yeah, fun race. I love racing with these guys. I love the Saturday night racing. I think it's a lot of fun. So hopefully they keep it going.
Oh yeah, we're looking to keep going, definitely. Yeah, it's been a whole lot of fun, and like I said, you guys make it fun to watch. You got any shout outs or anybody you want to say hello to that might be watching with you tonight?
Well, I'd like to say thanks to you and Blaine. I can't wait to watch the broadcast.
Oh yeah, we can't wait for you to watch it. We totally messed it up. We thought Nate was eligible for the championship, and then when it was over, I'm going, he's not on my list. So congratulations to Greg. We'll get him in here and apologize to him.
Yeah.
Oh man.
And shout out
we made some mistakes tonight. You'll see in the broadcast. We were the Keystone broadcasters tonight, I think. But maybe I can speak for myself on that one. But
well, you guys play good off each other, and I want to give a shout out to Greg Lavelle for winning the championship. That's a job well done.
100%. Greg Lavelle wins the championship. So. Yeah, it was an excellent race. I gotta ask though, man. Like you lead so many laps. Does it ever get boring up there just looking in your rearview mirror the whole time?
Not really.
I didn't think so.
I don't know why them guys always want to put me in the front. I mean, it's but they do. I'm always seem like I'm up in the front of these races. But yeah, it'll bother me.
That's the place to be, man.
That's it.
That's the place to be. And when you're next, that bears some importance.
Well, at least when you see the smoke, it's in the review mirror, and all you can see in front is the horizon, and it must be a lovely view.
Yeah, when you see those checkers come out of this.
That too.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, those are nice.
All right, Ken. Well, listen, congratulations again, man. What a great race.
Guys.
You well deserved race, man. What an effort. That was really good. And we're gonna put you back. And Blaine, you got anything else?
Nope. That's all I got to say, man. Congratulations on the win, Ken. It was a long time coming. It was awesome to watch and awesome to see.
Thanks, guys. Thanks for what you guys do.
Thanks, Ken.
Okay, Ken. We'll be talking to you again, I'm sure.
Simple.
Ken
All right.
Roberts, and I can confirm that he actually won the race. It's he came in first, so that's cool. We got that
All right,
right.
so now we're going to bring up Greg Level. I'm going to let you ask him some questions. My throat is starting to hurt. I'm going to let you take it over with Greg.
Yep. Let her rip. We got Greg. Hey, Greg, are you there, buddy?
Hey, Blaine. How's it going?
Oh, it's awesome. First of all, right off the top, we want to apologize for the broadcast. For some reason, we thought Nate was eligible to win the championship, and then at the checkered, I went, he's not on our list. It's Greg. So we are now talking to the championship winner, season number 1 of this 088 Greg Level. So anyway, comments on the race, man, like such from front to back, lap number 1 to 47, green flag all the way to the end. Is that more nerve-wracking, or from your angle, great racing, great pit stops? I don't really see any problems with that race at all.
You was definitely, you had to be up on your seat.
Yeah.
You know, just have good pit stops, man. Try not to get into something and get, damage to your car. Just be patient, really. That's about all you can do.
Yeah, and the thing to keep the thing completely clean too, because Brian and I were talking, like it was looking like we were kind of thinking 30 cars, biggest field we've had all season. Talladega is such a fast, tight track. Any little lifts and bumps can kind of be amplified through the field near the back. But really, everybody out there today giving space. We even saw, I believe it was you lift a little bit and let Denny back there because it was kind of getting cramped. Like everybody was just kind of just really being patient.
Yeah, it was a great race, man. People raced real clean, patient. It was real good, man. It was fun, I tell you that.
Yeah, it looked like a lot of fun, especially the green flag pit stops. You guys kept it together in like a massive pack too. There was like 15 or something cars going down, on the first cycle there.
Yeah.
And nobody locked up tires. Nobody got hooked. It was just in and out. And you just start freight training everybody. And
I went in and I was coming up on the track and I seen like 12 cars come and I was like, uh-oh. I might get left out of the draft right here.
Yeah, that's always a worry, right? Because you can see sometimes the draft sort of fades away and you're watching your speedometer go down 1 mile an hour at a time. I think we all know that feeling.
You want to have good pit stops, but you don't want to have real good pit stops because it can actually hurt you more than it can help you.
Yeah, because you get too far ahead and then you end up getting blitzed, right? Yeah. You got the train coming from the outside and away she goes. But yeah, fantastic season all around.
Appreciate it, Blaine.
Yeah, man. Congratulations. Are you back yet, Brian? Are you there?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, Greg, that was really fun to watch, man. Great job on the championship. And you really played it smart at the end there. And I think I even mentioned it that, instead of, normally I think any driver would press the issue and try to win the race, but knowing where you were at to win the championship was a smart play, man. That was fun to watch.
Well, I was kind of like y'all. I didn't know if Nate or Buckshot was eligible. I thought they was at first.
So did we.
Yeah, so did we.
So I've got a list right in front of me, and I still messed it up because I looked down at the list. I'm like, we're calling Nate the winner, and he's not on my list. It's Greg. So we apologize profusely for that, sir. But
I completely understand because I did it too.
A lot of numbers. Yeah, I can imagine when you're racing, you're not really. That can come into effect though, because it's almost like you're trying to remember, like, am I racing these guys or should I stay where I am and just keep it clean, I guess, and do what you got to do, and then it all falls into place.
Well, I thought Buckshot had a win though, out of the 9 races.
No,
I don't know why I thought
he
that.
met the criteria.
Oh.
He may have
I'm not
only
sure.
started 4 races though, because he missed a few.
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't meet the total race criteria or the points, but he's another one just like all you guys out here, always running in the front.
Yeah, he's a good driver.
But congratulations again, Greg, on the first ever Shake and Bake Series title. That's awesome.
Yes.
Thank you, Brian. I can't hear. Blaine's mic's doing something like wind blowing or like a fan or something.
Yeah, I think we're the only ones who can hear that. It should go out over the broadcast.
Yeah, it's weird. I try to keep muting my microphone because I know you guys get some feedback. It's probably just my computer fans. Yeah. But yeah, fantastic run through the whole series. It's been a blast watching this thing unfold the way it did. And again, congratulations on the championship win.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Yep, they'll be starting a new one here soon, probably.
You guys do a good job. I go back and watch every race, usually the next night, and y'all do a killer job.
I don't really feel like I was on my game tonight. We did make some mistakes at the beginning. Blaine's game crashed, and then we had I wasn't watching live for a second there. I was like a lap behind.
Like, what are you talking about?
I mean, we were the Keystone broadcasters tonight, man. We were just being goofy, but we pulled it off.
We're the first ones to definitely shoot ourselves down, and we are definitely the worst on planet Earth, but it's we definitely make it entertaining though. So hopefully at the end it all fixed itself and we figured out who the real champ was. And there he is, the 088 Texaco Havoline Mustang Ford Focus.
Believe me, guys, I feel your pain. My connection was good the entire race until right there with about 5 to go, it started acting up a little bit.
Yeah, we were watching that too. I'm like, man, it's been solid, and then a couple little flutters there, but it didn't cause any major issues. At least it was only temporary.
My issue is Comcast has to do a node split, and because the node in my neighborhood is getting overloaded with people, because everybody's getting home from work, everybody's getting on their computers, and there's too many people getting on that same node at the same time. So what they got to do is they got it scheduled for January, which I think is too far out. I'm trying to talk them into getting on the ball, getting it fixed earlier.
Yeah, because it gets smashed with high traffic.
That gets annoying. Yeah, that gets annoying when you're trying to game, especially.
Well, what's super annoying is it's 2022. How come they don't have this figured out already? Like, you don't live on the top of a mountain.
Well, almost do.
Maybe I should have asked first. Where do you live? I actually live on a mountain.
I live in Big Stone Gap, Virginia. The population here is 5,200 and something. So I'm in a small town. They're kind of behind. Well, not kind of behind, really behind by like 10 years. We don't have fiber here. We have they got fiber running to the node, but from the node out, it's cable.
I love that. You got fiber 10 feet away from your house, and you're like, look, we're still running garbage connections. Yeah, old copper.
Well, I'm sure that'll all work out, Greg, and at least by February, by the next racing season. But again, congratulations, man. I know we'll be talking to you again up in here sometime, because you know how to win these things. You proved that tonight and 2 times over the season. So congratulations again, man. And I know we'll be talking to you and your other brother Daryl real soon.
All right, buddy. Y'all have a good night.
Thanks a lot, Greg. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the actual champion of the Shake and Bake Series season number 1, Mr. Greg in the Texaco 088. And big congratulations go out to him. Consistency pays off. He pretty much started every one of these races, and look what happens.
Yeah, it's exactly. You got to be consistent in these things when it's points collection. You know what I mean? It came down to 1 race and 10 guys eligible. It would have been 11 with me, but I chose to sit this one out. We'll be racing next week in a very special paint scheme from a very special friend, and we'll tell you all about that next week. I am Brian Wolf, and I am signing off. Blaine, you got anything else?
I think that's good. You said next week is the All-Star race, so if people do want to tune into that, I will be broadcasting that. You will be driving, so we'll have you on a microphone in your car, which is always fun as well, and I will have some assistance in the broadcast booth, probably temporarily for that one race, probably from Jeffrey Elliott. So
we're going to have a special guest commentator.
Yep. And that'll be that one. So join us again. Like I said, if you want to subscribe to the YouTube channel, go ahead and do so. We'll be here next week with the All-Star race from the Talladega Nights Racing League. But yeah, if you got to get going, let her rip.
And got to get going. This has been a blast, man. I'm so looking forward to next week because that's pretty much going to end the season for me, and hanging up the wheel for a while, at least until probably next February or something. I might show up from time to time just to have some fun with it, but we're going to keep going with this broadcasting thing, man. So next week is going to be real special for me. I have a couple announcements to make at the start of that race. I'll help you open it up and help you close her out. So I appreciate you, Blaine.
It sounds awesome, dude. Have yourself a fantastic evening.
You too, buddy. Thanks.
See you, Brian. So there you go. Brian Wolf, the one and only, the 29 car in the All-Star race next week, which will be broadcast here live on the Tarnation TV channel. We apologize again to Greg for totally forgetting the order in which people were eligible to win the championship. He definitely did win season number 1, the Shake and Bake series. And, congratulations to Kelly, Nate, and Ken on their podium finishes. And man, I can't believe we did 10 of these in a row and messed it up a little bit at the end. But, technical difficulties, I'm sure. 47 laps around Talladega is hard to do, apparently. And I wasn't even driving. But, like I said before, thank you very much for watching Tarnation TV. If you like what you see and you want to see more, you know what to do. Click your subscribe button. And we'll play you guys some tunes. Let's shut that off right there. There we go. We'll play you guys some tunes from a band of which I am friends with. The name of the band is Rise of Dissension. They hail from Kingston, Ontario, up here in Canada. And they make good music. We'll play you some tunes from them. Have yourself some good mosh pitting. Keep your stick on the ice. And if the women don't find you handsome, they should at least find you handy.